Today's lesson is on using formulas to solve problems. First, we're going to look at some vocabulary. A formula is an equation that tells you how one variable is related to one or more other variables. When you're solving a formula, find the value of one variable by substituting numbers for the other variables. For our first example, we're using a simple formula. So for number 1, the formula m equals 220 minus a gives a person's maximum heart rate m, where a is the person's age in years. Malcolm is 12 years old. His uncle is 40 years old. What is the difference between their maximum heart rates? So we need to find the maximum heart rate for Malcolm and his uncle, and then we'll use those to find the difference. So our formula for Malcolm is going to be m equals 220 minus a. A stands for the person's age in years, and Malcolm is 12 years old. So m is going to equal 220 minus 12. And when we solve this, 220 minus 12 is 208. So Malcolm's maximum heart rate is 208. Now we do the same thing for his uncle. So we use the same formula, m equals 220 minus a, and his uncle is 40 years old. So m will equal 220 minus 40, and so m is going to equal 180. So his uncle's maximum heart rate is 180. Now we need to subtract to find the difference. So we have 208 minus 180, and 8 minus 0 is 8. 0 minus 8 we cannot do, so we need to borrow. So it's going to become a 1, and the 0 now becomes a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2, and then 1 minus 1 is 0. So we have 28. And so this is going to be 28 beats per minute. Now we're going to use a simple formula for number 2. What is the difference between the maximum heart rates of Malcolm and his grandmother, who is 85 years old? In the previous problem, the formula was m equals 220 minus a. And we also know that Malcolm's maximum heart rate was 208. So we need to find out the maximum heart rate for Malcolm's grandmother. We will use the same formula, m equals 220 minus a. Malcolm's grandmother is 85 years old, so we will have m equals 220 minus 85. When we subtract, we get that m equals 135. Now we need to take the maximum heart rate for Malcolm, which was 208, and subtract the maximum heart rate for Malcolm's grandmother, which was 135. When we subtract 208 minus 135, we get 73 beats per minute. Next, we're using an area formula. So for number 3, we're going to find the area of the rectangular jumping surface of the trampoline. Our formula is going to be area equals length times width. So we're going to multiply 14 times 7 to get our area, and 14 times 7 equals 98. Now we need to label. We were using feet in the problem, so this is going to be 98 square feet. It is square feet because we did feet times feet. And for our fourth problem, we're going to find the area of a rectangular trampoline that measures 12 feet by 6 feet. So once again, we're using area equals length times width. So we're going to have 12 times 6, and 12 times 6 is 72. Once again, we need to label. We are using feet in the problem, so we're going to have 72 square feet. We have square feet because we did feet times feet.